it's Jessii Vee, and wow, I am so green right now. And my dog is chewing on my cables. Tumnus has been in the room with me lately while I've been filming because every time I film, Ty is away at his training. So he wants to chew everything, he wants to play, he wants to bark and sniff. So if lately you guys have been hearing like weird noises in my videos, it is him, Mr. Tumnus. So today's video is going to be one about weird phenomenons in the world. I haven't done a video like this in a really long time, and the specific topic for these phenomenons is about mountains. There are so many creepy mysteries about mountains, weird things that people have seen there, mountains where people constantly go missing. This video is just so interesting to me. But before I get started, in case you have not seen this backdrop behind me, and if you haven't, you've missed the last 4 videos, what are you doing? But if you like to win it, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, so my Jessii Vee channel, turn on your notification bell, and then head over to my Instagram page. It is Jessii Vee. Give me a follow, and then send me a DM telling me what your ultimate favorite comfort movie is. And also, before we jump right into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that my sister has a new plaid line on our website for winter. So she has a bunch of really cozy socks, fleece blankets, scrunchies, and this really cute plushy moose. I love it. So if you guys would like any of her new plaid line, I have linked it down below. It is the perfect time for coziness. Alright guys, so let's get into today's video. Mountains are so beautiful and picturesque, and people like to travel into various mountain ranges across the globe for various adventures ranging from simple day hikes to multiple week camping trips. The vast majority of those trips are perfectly straightforward and go just fine, but every once in a while, strange things happen on the mountain. People go missing, odd noises can be heard, and there are occasionally strange lights flitting around the sky. And some mountains seem to be magnets for this sort of stuff, with eerie and wild tales dating back many years. So the first phenomenon and weird fact that we're going to be talking about is called the Valley of the Headless Men. Nestled in Canada's Rocky Mountains in the remote Northwest Territories, this valley doesn't just sport a terrifying name, but has a haunting backstory as well. Now apparently getting to this specific area is really difficult. You are only able to get here by boat or plane. You can't drive here, you can't walk here. You have to be dropped off by one of these two things. Explorers have long been cautioned to stay away from the region with vague reference to vanishings and bad ends. Now, the first really terrible thing that ever happened here happened to 2 brothers. Their names were Frank and Willie McLeod. They ignored the warnings and set out to explore the wilderness anyway in 1904. Now, the thing is, they went there and they survived and they came back. They were totally fine. But they decided to go back there a year later in 1905. Only this time they never emerged from this mountain range. They had a 3rd brother, his name was Charlie McLeod, and he decided to go there himself to look for them back in 1908. But when he got there, all he found was their headless skeleton remains in the valley. So this creek by which they lay became known as Headless Creek. As the years went on, others met similar fates. So this place is just a huge mystery. People go missing often, and when they're found, their heads are missing. That is awful. The next phenomenon is called the Phantom Choir. The North Carolina's Rowan Mountain has a very creepy reputation. People as far back as the 19th century have reported phantom voices in the winds whistling past Rowan Mountain. The exact nature of the voices was up for considerable debate, with some alleging that they were the voices of angels almost sounding like a choir. Others believe that the voices were actually the screams and moans of the damned, somehow wafting up from the depths of the underworld. Others say it's the voices of fairies or just other spirits that are haunting this region. Now, there are some logical explanations that people have come up with for these phantom voices. Rowan Mountain experiences some serious wind to the point where the weather has worn holes in the rock. So it could just be the sounds of the wind whistling through these rock formations, making it sound like singing or voices. But some people are still completely convinced that these are real voices from spirits that linger there. I would be so freaked out if I went to a mountain and started to hear phantom choir singing. No thank you. Alright, the next phenomenon is Rupkund Lake. It may not be all that surprising to find a human skeleton or two deep in the Himalayas, but what about a frozen lake full of human remains? Rupkund Lake is located in a remote region of India and is littered with the skeletal remains of anywhere from 600 to 800 100 individuals. Some believe that these are 19th century soldiers who attempted to invade Tibet, while others think the lake might be a kind of cemetery. One folk legend maintains that a group angered the goddess Nanda Devi, who sent a deadly hailstorm as punishment. Now, people have done so many studies on these remains and it only increased the mystery. Most of the individuals that were uncovered in this lake were adults who had no children, no health issues. Like, they couldn't figure out what they would have died from. So this area is just pretty creepy to be around, especially knowing this history. Then next we have the Big Gray Man of Ben Machdhui. I'm so sorry. Visitors to the Cairngorms mountain range in Scotland may experience a bit more than what they bargained for, thanks to the legend of the Big Grey Man of Ben Machdhui. Now, the story of this creature began in the late 19th century. There was this mountaineer that was in the area who reported having this feeling of being followed by somebody, including the ominous sounds of footsteps taken from a far larger stride than his own. So like, he would be walking at a normal pace and he would hear these large, heavy footprints moving at just giant strides, like it was inhuman. Most tales of the Big Grey Man seem to center on an eerie, unseen presence that stalks people on the mountain, though some have wondered if there really is some sort of giant creature or ghost wandering the lonely paths in this spot in the Scottish Highlands. Like, it's literally insane how many people leave this mountain range and claim they saw a big gray specter in front of them or in the distance. But there is a phenomenon known as a broken specter, which is a visual illusion that can occur when bright sunlight, steep angles, and misty conditions converge to create an elongated shadow of a hiker. So it could be that, or there could actually be a giant gray creepy man in this area. Anyway, so guys, those are all of the creepy mountain phenomenons I'm going to be talking about today. There are so many more I can research and talk about, so if you want me to do a part 2, give this video a thumbs up and let me know. And don't forget, if you would like to enter to win the backdrop behind me, you have a couple weeks to enter yourself. And also, if you would like one of my sister's new plaid items from her new winter line, I have linked that down below. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!